Alright, so here we are for a Shadows over Innistrad draft now. And I think we're going to go with a Lightning Axe. Card is great. Cursed Witch, also a fine card. Confirm Suspicions, great card. Especially if you can get like Tamiyo's Journal or some such nonsense like that. Let's see here. But Lightning Axe just kills almost everything. Ulrich's Kindred is nice. Confront the Unknown's a nice pump spell, but you know, we're not going to first pick a pump spell, and Ulrich's Kindred is just way worse than Lightning Axe. There is a forest down here for consideration, but I think we're going to take the Lightning Axe. And we might take the Deadweight here. I do like the Black-Red Madness deck. It's nice. This is a nice piece of removal. It enables Delirium. And there's nothing else here that's super exciting. Vessel is okay. Traverse is fine. Hope Against Hope. This card always ends up killing me, but I can't in good conscience play that card. Every time I play it, I get 2 for 1, and every time my opponents play it, they just kill me, so I'm a little on tilt about that. Okay, we're getting some payoff here. Tooth Collector is nice with Delirium. Vessel is a great card. Arsonist is a fine high-end card. Ongoing Investigation is super powerful, but I don't think we want to go in that direction. And Tooth Collector is just such a nice effect. You usually get to kill something because there's so many X1s in the format, and if you can ever get Delirium online, it gets ridiculous fast. So I think we're going to take Tooth Collector here. It would be nice to wheel a Neonate as another Madness enabler, or even an Arsonist as a high-end finisher. But we'll take what we can get. Here, not much that's really exciting. I mean, we could take a Stallion or a Highland Lake if we think we might end up blue-black and splash red. Uncaged Fury might be a fine pick here. Nagging Thoughts, if we also think we might end up being blue-black, is fine. Uncaged Fury, I do like having at least one of these in my deck. Usually it closes out games that look like they just can't be won a lot of times. Stallion, we're almost certainly going to wheel one of these things. There's no reason to pick it up this early. I might regret seeing this Highland Lake go by the wayside later, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, Murderous Compulsion. Tormenting Voice is something that we definitely want to pick up at some point. Skin Invasion is fine, especially with all the removal that we have. We can Skin Invasion something, kill it, and then get a 3/4 out of the deal, which is not the best in the world. We'd much rather them attack into a creature and then we not have to spend a card killing their creature, but it's a thing we can do. So I think we're going to take the Murderous Compulsion and be really happy about it. Again, I would like to pick up a Tormenting Voice at some point, but we'll probably see 1 or 2 more of those come around sometime soon. This one might even wheel. I mean, Uvenwald Mysteries is great, Jace's Scrutiny is great, Skin Invasion, Paranoid Parish Blade, Altered Ego. So I mean, there's a chance that Tormenting Voice comes back around. Not a huge one, but there's a chance. Epitaph Golem is nice, but I think I'm just going to take the Ghoul Color's Accomplice here. I do like having at least a few 2-drops to trade with some early things, plus being able to replace itself later with a zombie is nice. Vessel, I've been actually pretty impressed with this card. The fact that it exiles is nice because your opponent can't get Delirium as easily, and then being able to get an enchantment into the graveyard is nice. Geist Blast is a subpar removal spell. It's only really great if you can activate the second ability which I don't think we're ever going to be doing anytime soon. I think I'm going to take the Hound here. Sanguinary Mage is great. Senseless Rage is fine. Tumbler Gloom is really strong. I mean, I suppose there's a chance that we end up green-black and then maybe splash red for the Lightning Axe or something. We don't really need this Uncaged Fury. But I think I might just take the black card, and then we'll keep ourselves kind of open. See where it goes. Macabre Waltz, that's exactly the kind of card that we want for this. Tormenting Voice, also good, but being able to return some creatures and then also have a Madness Enabler is really nice. Drawing cards is also great, so it's a tough choice between the two, but I think that Macabre Waltz is just a better effect, especially if you can pick up some Madness Enabler cards. Or Madness cards, rather. Like Alms of the Vein, it's not the most exciting Madness card, but it is a Madness card. I think I might just take the Dual Shot. Again, like there's so many X1s in this format, and being able to have something that takes care of them early on is nice. Okay, Explosive Apparatus. Well, it gets us to Delirium a little bit quicker, but so does Warp Landscape. Warp Landscape also helps fix our mana if we do want to do like blue-black, splash red, or something like that. So I think I'll take the Warp Landscape here. Oh, alright, well, there's an Explosive Apparatus anyway, but we're going to take the Stallion now. This card is surprisingly good when you can pump it a couple times. Oh, and the Highland Lake came around, alright. And Skin Invasion. Alright, so we're just getting all of these things. Probably won't play the Vessel. Like I said, I've been impressed with it, but I'm not impressed to always main deck it. But it seems like people aren't taking the cards that we want, so that's nice. If they stay out of our way for a while longer, I'm not going to be dissatisfied. Ooh, alright, so we've got some picks here. Diregraph Colossus is a nice payoff card. Right now we don't have many zombies. We've got a human. We've got, I think this is another human. We've got a Nightmare Horse and a Zombie Hound. Having the rats and the Colossus would be nice. The Bloodsworn would be really nice. Pacifist is such a strong card, it's hard to pass that, but this Colossus, if you can get the right deck for it, this thing is just unreal. You know, being able to generate a 2/2 off of casting a Rancid Rats or something is really nice. The first ability is not irrelevant, but like I'd much rather be casting my zombie spells later than have a whole bunch of zombies in my graveyard when I cast this thing. But it does mean that it's fairly decent early game or late game if your deck has a whole bunch of zombies in it. Oh god, so many things. Fiery Temper, Dread Knight, Rancid Rats, Pale Rider. All of these things we want to jam into our decks. But this Dread Knight I've been pretty happy with. This thing is a beating, and unless they answer it right away, it just gets out of control. You know, there's only so much unconditional removal in the format, and you know, unless they've got, and some of it's sorcery speed as well. So unless they've got it in hand when you play this thing or the turn after, it just starts going to town on them. So I think I'm going to take this. I'm really sad to see this Rancid Rats and the Fiery Temper go around. Pale Rider is also really nice. We do need some cards to potentially, although we're not really a Madness deck right now, so maybe it's not a big deal if we don't get some Madness Enablers. Get a choice of another Hound, a Ghoul Steed, or a Sanguinary Mage. I think I'm going to take the Sanguinary Mage. Ghoul Steed's fine, that's not exciting. I'm not really thrilled about having 1,000,005 drops here. Having some early ways to interact with board is nice, and we do have a lot of spells. Okay, well, talking about Madness Enablers, here's one of the better ones, Call of the Bloodline. Card is great. Twins is a fine card. Another Sanguinary Mage. Throttle's good. Sleep Paralysis. One of the ways that our Dread Knight is potentially going to be punished, but take the Call of the Bloodline. Jeez! Alright, so we chose well. We did not choose poorly this go around. We'll take this Elusive Tormentor and be extremely happy about it. And then having a Blood Mad that we can madness out with Call or Tormentor or something is not a bad thing. Reduced to Ashes I find is usually just it's too little too late. You know, by the time you're ready to cast this thing, they're casting like a swine, and they've got a big 6/6 on the board that you can't pick off. Should probably just take the Arsonist here. There's no reason to take another Warp Landscape, and I don't really feel like hating any cards from anybody. There's a chance that I play it, not a big chance, but there's a chance. I would like to pick up some zombies at some point. That would be really nice. I like Grotesque Mutation, but having just another 3-drop might not be the worst. This thing's kind of replaceable. I'll just take the Grotesque Mutation. And there's a Arist-o-crats. Perfect. Take that. Maybe we'll get another one. Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we'll get all of them. That would be nice. See, things are going way too well for me right now. So I'm guaranteeing that at some point we'll get punished hard during our rounds. Apparently no one likes black. Just straight up no one likes black. The choice of the Rancid Rats over the Pale Rider there was maybe a little bit suspect, but again, I really want to get a bunch of zombies for this thing, and Rancid Rats is like a removal spell. Like dropping a 3/3 on turn 2 is nice, but you know, the odds of you doing that and getting value out of the discard ability are slim to none. I'm probably not going to main deck this Throttle. It's just too slow. Firehound I might main deck. I've got quite a few spells, and it combos well with Uncaged Fury. Never play Vessel. Ever. Ever. Probably either of the Vessels, as a matter of fact. Okay, well, continuing to get paid off. We've got Sinister Concoction, Arrow Falconwrath, Murderous Compulsion. This is actually a little bit of a difficult choice. Sinister Concoction turns on Delirium Forest, which is nice. Air is a nice discard outlet, but we don't really have that much madness stuff right now. I think Sinister Concoction is just more irreplaceable. It's just a nice unconditional removal spell. Murderous Compulsion would be nice. We might possibly, I mean, we're almost certainly not wheeling the air. Might get a Stromkirk Mentor back or something, who knows. Arist-o-crats, so maybe we could go the Vampire route instead. I do like this card a lot, especially since we've got Call the Bloodline. Seems strong. And hopefully we wheel this Vampire Noble. It's hard to pass up that Pinger Werewolf though. That card is very strong. It makes combat math very difficult no matter which side of the card is face up at the moment. Okay. Here I think I'll just take the Insolent Neonate. It's a nice vampire to add to the deck, and I mean it cycles, pseudo cycles at the cost of another card. Alright, do we want to go deep on the vampires? Is this thing vampire? Yeah. I think we might take the Stromkirk Mentor. It's better with the Arist-o-crat and the Call of the Bloodline. Sorry, Colossus, but you might be outpaced by vampires here. So let's see, cards that I'm probably not playing. Stallion, probably not playing one of the Hounds. Sanguinary Mage is better because the Aristocrat. Skin Invasion might be suspect. Kindly Stranger is nice. Yeah, this card's great. I'm kind of surprised Militia Captain's still in the pack. People must be taking really good green cards or something. Maybe good blue cards, but I don't know. I don't know what people are doing in this draft. Silver for Partisan. Let me see. I don't understand what's happening. Alright, but I'll take another Indulgent Aristocrat. That seems super sweet. Having the Blood Mad Vampire would be nice if that wheels back around. We'll take the Rotten Heart Ghoul. Probably not playing it, but Crow is a nice zombie. Or do we want to just go deep on these vampires here? I think having a Crow is never a bad thing, especially with the Colossus. We're gonna have some choices to make. We got lots and lots of cuts. School Colors Accomplice is almost certainly coming out. Dual Shot might not make the main deck. Stormcrypt Mentor, alright. Firehound might not make the main deck. Would like to pick up that Bloodbath Vampire that was going around. That would be nice. And we'll take a Magnetic Chasm for the sideboard. Immediately get a second one. Alright, we'll take a Reaper, sure. Just hate that from somebody to our left who's already been getting hooked up with all the sweet white cards. Still need to make some cuts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Take the Convicted Killer, I suppose. Seems more likely that we'll want that at some point. Actually, let's steal this Inquisitor's Ox from somebody. We'll take another Grotesque Mutation for the sideboard if it's necessary. And yet another one, why not? I mean, we just mono black here and put in the Lightning Axe. That seems bad. Seems bad. Alright, so let's take a look at our spells versus our creatures here. So I might take out Skin Invasion because that's not all that exciting. Then I am now wishing that this Macabre Waltz was a Tormenting Voice. Let's see how many. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 vampires, which is nice. And then we can pump out more with our Called Bloodline, which is even better. This Uncaged Fury is not at its best in this deck by any stretch of the imagination. What might be better? Is the Skin Invasion just better in this, or maybe another Grotesque Mutation? A lot of our dudes are small, so Grotesque Mutation might be better. We might play the Warped Landscape just so we have a higher chance of hitting Delirium. We've got two enchantments, well, we've got 3 enchantments, but this one hopefully is not going to the graveyard anytime soon. 1 sorcery and 3 instants, not all creatures. We do have some ways to discard an Elusive Tormentor, an Insolent Neonate, and Call the Bloodline, so we could discard lands that way. But this is just another way to help make sure that we have lands. It also makes it easier to play the red, which is nice. So I think this might be okay. It's not, now that I'm looking at it, it's not super exciting, but it's got a lot of sweet cards. Just does a lot of attacking, kind of boring, and kind of a little bit of a glass cannon with these Arist-o-crats. We're banking on these Arist-o-crats to be pumping our team a lot, which is maybe not the best thing, and it's really only great if we have Call of the Bloodline out. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's add some lands. 3 and 13, I think. I'll go 6 and 10. That might be a little greedy on the red. But we don't have much card draw, unfortunately. So we don't have any card draw, unfortunately. So it's like 7 and 11. Although we don't really want to be fetching Warp Landscape for a mountain. So maybe go 5-11. And then the Warp Landscape. Let's see how that stacks up. Yeah, because I don't really care about casting this early. This is good early, but I think it's fine later, especially if we've already got an Arist-o-crat online or something. Blood Mad Vampire. We really don't want to actually cast this. We want to be discarding it to Elusive Tormentor or Call of the Bloodline or something like that, or Markov Dread Knight. When we've got 1,000,000 mana. So we'll try this, see how it goes.